It is official, everyone. We are actually here at Epic Universe. It's open. Well, it's open for team members and their friends and family. Hello, everybody. Adam from Park Pass TV, and we are here tonight on this beautiful evening here at Epic Universe. The sun has just set. The lights have just come on. We are going to tour the entire park tonight under the lights of the Epic Universe. Who's excited? I know I am. Hi everybody, it's good to see you. So Kristen and I have just spent the entire day here at Epic Universe, and it is just that, amazingly epic. We decided that tonight we're going to take you on a full tour of the entire park, all the different portaled lands tonight, under the lights. This park has not been open at night very often. This is one of the first few times. So we're going to be among the first people to see what Epic Universe looks like under the stars. Come with us tonight as we go under Kronos, which is the official entrance of Epic Universe. I'm gonna talk a little bit over tonight's stream. This is not really a stream. We're gonna treat it kind of like a stream, but we're gonna show you the whole entire park in one foul swoop. I'm not gonna cut away. I'm not gonna try to edit a whole lot. I just want everybody to be able to see what the park looks like, an idea of everything that it has to hold and to behold for everyone. If you're new to the channel, hello everybody, welcome. You're watching Park Pass TV. My name is Adam. To all our returning pass holders, it's good to see all of you. Please remember to hit that subscribe button. Become a permanent member of our family. This is the entrance. Area. This is Celestial Park. Now, Celestial Park is kind of the central area. You can see Helios Grand Hotel there on the far side. But this is like the hub. This is the hub of the park. And all the portals to all the different lands will come off of this hub. The lighting and the soundtrack, unbelievable. You never know who you're gonna run into at Epic Universe. Maybe somebody familiar, hard to say.
Well, hello, Adam.
I hear you were just on your way out.
I am, and I'm sorry, I did not purchase anything for you.
Oh, Kristen was in the shops taking a look around.
Mainly because there's too much.
There's way too much.
There's too much.
Yeah, way too much. All right.
There's so much for Harper and you, but you're going and taking everybody on a tour, right?
Yeah, we just spent the entire day here, and you have to go pick up Harper from Grandma's. I'm gonna stay because the park is open until 10. It's 8 o'clock. Our time here. The park's open till 10, so I'm going to take everybody on a quick tour of all the different portaled lands, starting here in Celestial Park. And I'm not going to try and talk too much because the soundtrack's amazing, but I am going to fill everybody in on our day. We just got done eating at Toadstool Cafe and all kinds of other fun stuff. So, Kristen, I'm going to let you go, Harper. Come back and get me, okay?
Don't worry. I'll be back again.
Yes, hopefully. Okay, there you go. Say goodbye to Kristen as we start to make our way around. There's so many different lands to experience, and the shops are all open. So let's run through this shop here. This is where Kristen just came out of. We'll just make a quick little stop here, but honestly, there are so many amazing gift shops in all the different portaled lands. Super Nintendo Land, amazing. Darkmoor. Oh my gosh, I think Darkmoor is our favorite. We're gonna be heading there soon. But yeah, so many new items here in all the gift shops. It's a bit overwhelming, everyone. I think Kristen and I are very overwhelmed. I have to say a huge thank you to our friend, a really good friend of mine who is a team member, that's what they call them here at Universal, who graciously hosted Kristen and I today. We came into the park at noon. And the park was open for team members and their friends and family from noon until 10 p.m. We did a lot. We did a lot today. Even in the short amount of time we were here, we started out with Stardust Flyers, or Stardust Racers, the roller coaster, the dueling roller coaster. This is Atlantic. This is one of the many sit-down restaurants here at Epic Universe. And what was interesting, what one of my friends was telling me is that he thinks this is going to be kind of the new City Walk area for this side of Universal. Because once you close off all the portal lands, there's a lot of different restaurants and shopping here in Celestial Park that's also connected to Helios Grand, the big hotel there at the end. That's their showcase hotel. That's where Kristen and I will be staying opening week. And we were kind of saying that, you know what? You can close off all the different portaled lands and keep this area open with all the restaurants and all the shops as kind of like a city walk. I don't know if they're going to do that. They may not. But it's a really, really cool idea. So if you're staying in the hotel and you can come later than the park is open to restaurants. I was told that the fountains and the water features were just turned on today, that they weren't on in previous previews. Also, the Harry Potter Ministry ride, the new Harry Potter ride here, was open for non-team members for the first time today. And they had a virtual queue today for the first time. So we experienced the virtual queue for the first time, and I'm going to tell you guys, we didn't get in. We didn't get in. We tried 3 separate times to get into the virtual queue for the Ministry ride for Harry Potter today, and we did not get in. So we did not ride it today. This is the carousel. We'll swing by there in a second. This is the new carousel, but look at those amazing lights. Bam, our first portaled land. You can tell, my guy Mario, that we are heading into Super Nintendo Land. Let's go through the portal. So this is the only portal here, and I say portals because when you're heading to all the different lands here, you do go through a portal, just like this. This is the only one that takes you up, because most of Super Nintendo Land here is levels, many different levels. Now I do have to point out that they do have an elevator, and they do have accessible ways to enter this area. It's a little noisy in here, it gets a little crazy, but you're entering through Princess Toadstool's palace. Look at this. Oh my gosh. We all just stepped into a video game, guys. Unreal. Over here there are actually many different kind of like Super Mario Brothers video games that you can play. I picked myself up a power-up band. Now to be able to play these games here and activate all the different features, you do need a power-up band, and that was an additional cost. I got the Donkey Kong Country power-up band because it's unique. This is the, you can only get this one here in Florida. You can't get it in California because they do have a Donkey Kong Country here. But I'll show you, you do have to use this band to be able to activate a lot of the different fun features here in this land. There's Toadstool Cafe down there on the left. Kristen and I just had dinner there just a second ago, like literally right before I started the recording here. We had something called Bowser's Meatball Challenge, and it was a giant 1-pound meatball that was super extra spicy. And she's gonna make a short about it, but my mouth is still on fire. So we had a lot of fun food in there. It was a great themed area. Yeah, if you like spicy things, get Bowser's Meatball Challenge. You won't be disappointed. All right, so this is how you activate these guys. So if you have a power band, like I do, the power-up band, you can activate these features. If you don't, it's just gonna go donk, donk, donk. I'll try to find one that's available here. This is Yoshi's Adventure, which is a slower ride that kind of like a people mover, kind of like a Super Nintendo people mover ride that moves slowly around the land. I'm gonna go pretty quick here, guys, because there is literally so much to see and so much to do. I'm gonna try and fit this in like an hour if I can. They've still got the Coke freestyles all around the park, which is awesome. Donkey Kong Country. This is where we're going next. I'm gonna see if I can use my power up. So let's see here. There we go. So that sound that you get at the end there, if you don't have a power-up band, that's what you hear the whole time. And these actually are interactive and they work with the app. You can unlock features, you can keep tabs on all the different points that you've earned. And if you're an annual pass holder or you come frequently, you can keep those points accumulating. All right, Donkey Kong Country. This is where the Donkey Kong mine ride is. That's the one that looks like you're flying off the track. This ride has been down all day, unfortunately. Kristen and I tried to ride it. We waited for a while here actually to ride it, but it has been non-operational all day. That's what happens. This is called a technical preview, a technical rehearsal. Park is not open to everybody, it's only open to specific people. So it's a technical rehearsal. A lot of the attractions may be open for a little bit of time, or they may not open at all. Back here we also, for the first time, were able to get this awesome bubbly barrel banana ice cream. It's like a Dole Whip, only it's banana Dole Whip with pineapple Fanta, and they put caramel corn on it. Really, really good. So it's still down. This is the Mine Cart Madness. And I'll show you, it's really cool. There are times the way that they've done the track, look, you jump. I mean, it looks like you're jumping the track. Look, track, 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 no track, 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 track continues. This is what they call a Wild Mouse style coaster, which means it's not a coaster train. It is one coaster car at a time. I really like that kind of Wild Mouse attraction because it's just you and it's kind of crazy. It's like maybe just 4 people. So we didn't get to ride this one, so this will be one that we have to return to in the future to see if it's open. Lots of fun interactive features. These drums here, when you play them, will unlock different audio animatronics that happen. So Donkey Kong Country this is the only place you can find Donkey Kong Country. So the merchandise that they have here is unique to just this park. Donkey Kong Country hoodies, I love them. I almost got this one, the Donkey Kong Country with the banana pole. I really want this. How much is it? Kristen will get mad at me, but this is the one I want. At some point. Look at you got the Donkey Kong ears. The Donkey Kong hat. Awesome. And like I said, that's merchandise that you can only find here, from what I understand. This is kind of like a portal within a portal. So I bought my power-up band over here in the One-Up factory. It's interesting, as opposed to like Disney Magic bands. This is actually one of those slap bands, one of those metal slap bands. I don't have enough hands to take it off right now, but it's a little weird because it's not like a plastic Magic band. It actually slaps on your wrist. So I will say it's not the most comfortable design. We didn't get to go on Yoshi's Adventure. Harper would actually really like that. That's 35 minutes. Couple of the big attractions here is the Mario Kart. And Mario Kart was about a 3-hour wait. So we weren't able to ride the Mario Kart attraction today either. But honestly, just to be here and to walk around, wow, lots of steps here. Mario Motors. A great gift shop for Mario Kart and other Mario merchandise. Fun stuff. And here's the Mario Kart. Bowser's Challenge. Wow, look, it's only at 45 minutes. Yeah, I wish Kristen didn't have to leave, because it's only at 45. And they do have a single rider, which I highly recommend you take advantage of. If I wasn't doing this recording, I bet you that I could get on the ride in 10 minutes. Look at all these fun, different interactive things you can do. Like I said, you do need the power-up band to do them, but they're all over the place. Well, you could spend a day in here. Easy. Easy, you could spend a day in here. All right, we got more portals to unlock. So there is an exit on the first floor if you wish, which is probably where I should have exited. But there's also an exit here. And of course, there are elevators. It's a little quieter over here though, it's kind of nice. Get my steps in today, guys. I'm kind of gonna talk through everything we did today. Like I said, this is where we had dinner, so I'm kind of going in reverse. There's our exit portal back into Celestial Park. I just have to share this little tidbit with you guys because this fountain hasn't been lit before. It's me, Mario. Okay, I gotta keep going fast. We're not gonna make it. He's gonna try and keep this tour in at under an hour, but gotta keep moving. I thought that the park would be a little less busy at night tonight. As it, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Whew. Lots of folks. Whew. But it's gotten busier. It's very much so gotten busier. There's Helios Grand. Not open yet, but Helios Grand will be open soon. Here is the Constellation. That's your merry-go-round. Carousel, if you will. Of course, they have a Starbucks, and of course, it's open. I heard that Starbucks there was one of the very first kind of quick service food restaurants to open in the park. It opened well before anybody was ever in here for employees and people working in the park to be able to have some coffee. I heard that like months ago that the Starbucks had opened just for Epic Universe construction workers and employees. This is the Oak and Star Tavern Brew House. This is barbecue. We didn't get in there today. Like I said, there's so much to do. All right. Next portal we're going to is Dark Universe and the Land of Darkmoor, which I think this was, it's hard to say what was our favorite. I think the Isle of Berk, the How to Train Your Dragon portal land, was probably our favorite. And I think that Darkmoor, the Dark Universe, is probably our second. All right, guys, get ready for your second portal into the Dark Universe. It's alive! When we were here earlier today, there were so many characters. Igor, I'm guessing Igor is over here right now. We met up with Igor earlier. Yes. So you've got Igor in there, and I have to move quick.
Now, what brings? Say it all at the same time so I can all hear it at once. What brings you to Darkmoor? That's the wrong answer.
Sorry. Well, we were here earlier today. We saw Igor. We also saw the Bride of Frankenstein doing a meet and greet. We also saw the Invisible Man doing a meet and greet. I'm expecting this area will be quite busy, as a lot of folks want to see this. The Monsters Unchained. Now, Monsters Unchained is one of their e-ticket attractions here. This is the Steakhouse restaurant. This is where we saw the Invisible Man kind of hanging out earlier. But look at the kind of intricate theming here. It's really unreal to me that they did this in just 5 years. So, this ride has been closed all day except for about 15 to 20 minutes. And during that 15 to 20 minutes, Kristen and I were able to ride This is Frankenstein. This is Monsters Unchained. This ride was unbelievable. It's been down all day, but like I said, it was open for about 15 or 20 minutes, and in that time, Kristen and I were able to ride it single rider. Oh my gosh, we're missing the flaming, the flaming blade. It's gonna go out soon. We probably won't make it in time. Yeah, it just went out. There's a tavern over here that actually flames. There's just too much to see. Way too much to see. What I love is look at the trees. They found these old oak trees and old trees that look like they're dead. I don't know where they found that theming. Guys, so everybody here is just waiting to see.
Release the boss!
Is just waiting to see the flaming blade. So that's a tavern in there. We actually look at this crowd just to see that, and we just missed it.
So the label here on this?
It's the flaming blade or the burning blade? I think it's called the burning blade. They have a garlic knot in there called the steak that looks like a wooden steak. We tried that earlier today, and it was great. They do have some of your unique beverages in there. And every couple of minutes or so, well, every 10 or 15 minutes, the blade bursts in to flames, and that's why they call it the Burning Blade Tavern. I wish I had time to show you guys all the menu items on all these, but I really just got to be quick. I'm already a half hour in, and we're nowhere near being done. All right, this here is the spinning coaster. This is the one I was quite worried about because, you know, me and spinning, we don't go so well. So I was quite worried about this guy. It does spin and it spins backwards, although it wasn't so bad, I will say. As someone who doesn't do spinning coasters so well, it's a little hard to see in the dark. But as someone who doesn't do spinning very well, I did okay on this one. And it wasn't too intense for me. But the spinning coaster is called the Curse of the Werewolf. And what I will say is that the ride vehicle on this one is a bit tight. If you're taller, you're a little bit bigger. This one is a little, I would say this was the smallest ride vehicle that we were on today. I feel like something's gonna happen there. People are waiting for something to happen. But we're gonna keep moving. So much to see. So little time, so much to see. So little to see, so much time. Strike that, reverse it. There are so many more people here now at night than there were during the day. And I think it's because people really were excited to see Darkmoor lit up at night. And as you can see, all these people here are just waiting. They're just waiting to take pictures of, I believe this is Frankenstein Castle. They're just waiting to take pictures. The ride's not even open. The ride is closed. It's been, like I said, closed most of the day. But I will tell you, it's stunning. And the theming and the attention to detail is just unbelievable. Over in this area here is where folks are waiting to meet the bride of Frankenstein. And she comes out, let's see, we saw her at 1:30 today. Also, an area over here where they will give you monster face paint, if you want monster face paint. Holy cow, it's busy in here.
Oh my goodness, slide!
There you can see, there she is. We were overwhelmed by the amount of roaming characters. They had some huntsmen here. They had, like I said, the Invisible Man. Igor is over here. So many different characters out and about, even late at night, which you will not see that at Disney. The place we saw the most roaming characters was actually the World of Berk for How to Train Your Dragon. And we're gonna make it over there. I just heard somebody say Berk Island is your favorite. Yes, Berk Island is really cool. And that's for younger kids, I think. Like we said, the one I just came out of, Darkmoor here, for the older folks. The Monsters Unchained ride, I don't want to give it away. I don't want to give away any spoilers, but it was amazing. Imagine the first Harry Potter ride, the Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. That's the ride system. But it goes so much further. So many animatronics in there. It's not 3D, there's no 3D. It's all just amazing animatronics. I've been waiting for that ride all my life. So they will have fireworks, nightly fireworks shows eventually here at Epic Universe. But I've been told that they may not start those fireworks shows until the park officially opens, until the actual official first opening day, which luckily Kristen and I will be here. We ran into, we had to go to a concierge, which is like a guest relations person. And they pulled up our account and they said, oh my gosh. They said, you guys have tickets for opening day. We said, yes, we do. And they said, good luck. Good luck. So what do you mean good luck? They said, it's gonna be crazy. And I said, do you have any advice for us on opening day? And they said, Godspeed. It's gonna be crazy. Beautiful. I'm so excited to stay at Helios Grand. We have a resort view room somewhere up there, and we're hoping to do a live stream, a 24-hour live stream of the park from our window. So moving around clockwise around Celestial Park. The next portal we're coming to will take us to Paris, France, in the wizarding world of Harry Potter. You see the wand on the top of that obelisk. So the theory is you're being transported back in time as you transfer through this portal. So you may hear some ticking clocks as we enter the portal here. For in dreams we enter a world that is entirely our own. Oh my gosh, look at this. This is something that probably nobody has really seen or taken pictures of because it's nighttime finally. Magic happens at night, guys. This park is beautiful. All right, we have 2 more portal lands to visit. I'm trying to keep us at an hour. We'll be really close. And I'm saving the best for last, which is the Isle of Burke. And just like that, we've been transported back in time to Paris, France. Now, I wish I could take you inside the queue of the Ministry ride here, the Harry Potter Ministry ride, but I cannot because it is in virtual queue only. And like I said, look at this arc, this beautiful archway that you enter on the way in. The attention to detail and the theming in here is amazing. They have an actual creperie here that is a sit-down restaurant. Most of the other sit-down restaurants are in Celestial Park, which is the main hub. But there is a sit-down restaurant here. Many different shops and niches to explore here. Ahead is the Cirque stage show attraction that is a Harry Potter themed stage show. We didn't get to go on that today just because the show times didn't match up, but I will say that we did go on the How to Train Your Dragon stage show today, and it was the best theme park production stage show that we have ever seen, ever. We're really excited to take Harper. Earlier today, they had a talking photograph here. It looks like she's sleeping. Imagine the fountain over at Islands of Adventure, but she's sleeping right now. She was interacting with many of the guests today, but she's quietly snoozing, as are the rest of the photographs. They have to sleep sometime, right? So what I like is this area is kind of quieted down a bit, which to me tells me that they're probably not letting guests on the attraction anymore. And the show is, I think the last show was at 6. But there is so much to explore here. Now they do have the next generation of wands here, interactive wands, so you will find people roaming with their interactive wands. We had a wand with us today, and we're able to try out some of the spells. Good evening, sir. One of the characters here, so even at night. Interactive characters. All the storefronts, very active. Looks like they have this is called Bar Moonshine. So they do have a cocktail bar back here. Didn't get to go in there, but we saw people with many different and interesting cocktails making their way out.
What's in there?
This is the area where we spent the least amount of time today, which is funny because you know how much Kristen loves Harry Potter. And we didn't spend very much time in here just because I think a lot of the majority of the really like the Harry Potter fandom stuff is in the ride and in the queue. Look at this forced perspective. Just beautiful. So much amazing detail and forced perspective here. It's got Disney running for their money. And this goes on. It goes on and on and on. There's so much of this back here. But from what I understand, the queue for this ride, and we'll see it eventually, is optimized for a 7-hour wait. A 7-hour wait. Which means you could potentially be waiting for the Harry Potter Ministry ride all day. This is your candy shop. You've got your every flavor beans in there. And of course, you've got your butterbeer cart. No Harry Potter themed, Wizarding World themed land would be complete without the butterbeer carts. You gotta have it, right? A lot of fun little shops here. We saw some fun, interesting merchandise. Really the best merchandise we saw was over in here in Tour de Flo, because what the ride does here is the ride here. This is without a doubt the #1 attraction and draw for the entire park. Harry Potter and the Battle for the Ministry. So you can kind of see a little bit in there, just a tad. But you're transported by flu powder. That's why it's called Metro Flu. To London. They take you to London. Oh, I understand the queue is just exceptionally amazing. We will make it in there someday. Surprisingly, it was running like all day today. We didn't see that it was down at all. And today was the first day that it was running for non-team members or media. They did have media day. Let's see, these are the restrooms. I'm not gonna head in there. It's a little confusing. It is so real. You just get kind of turned around because it is just so amazingly real. Like I feel like I'm in Paris. Have you been to Paris? I have. Also, guys, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Please hit that subscribe button. Join our Park Pass TV family. Love to see your comments. Love to see your posts. Love to see your questions. If you have any questions about, what it's going to be like here at Epic Universe, I will tell you right now. One of the things we discovered, in this day and age where everything in a theme park is app-driven. Mobile ordering, app-driven, virtual queues. We had terrible cell service here today, almost non-existent cell phone service here. Outside it was okay. We have T-Mobile. Outside it was okay. Inside non-existent SOS mode on our iPhones. Park Wi-Fi, we could not connect to Universal's Wi-Fi today. I don't know if we had some friends who were able to connect to it. But we at no point today were able to connect to Universal's Wi-Fi. I don't know if they haven't thrown the switch yet on that. And anywhere we were inside was zero cellular. Like SOS mode, anytime we went inside. All right, leaving the magical world of Harry Potter for our next portal, which is one of my favorites, if not my absolute favorite. I think we're supposed to go through a specific exit, but that's okay. We'll go through the portal again. So surprisingly, we did a lot here today. Even though I would say a majority of the day, because they were in a technical rehearsal, I would say a majority of the day, most of the attractions were not operating. What was operating most of the day was this coaster that you're gonna see in just a moment. The Stardust Racers. These are two identical launch coasters, yellow and green. Kristen and I, this was our first ride of the day. It is a double launch coaster, and you race side by side through loops and turns and twists and launches. And we only waited 10 minutes for this morning. It was our first ride of the day. And it is worth, the rest of the day we saw it was an hour wait, a 2-hour wait. It is 1,000% worth it. So before we head into Isle of Burke, which is the final portal, unfortunately you can't really go back there to see much of the actual coaster as it's happening. It is an inverted coaster, although I don't remember any barrel rolls. It's more of like side rolls. And this is one of the few coasters I've ever been on that I was physically out of breath after we rode it. Physically out of breath because I was screaming and yelling the whole time. Speakers, subwoofers, the whole deal. Look how they sync them up. And then bam, launched into the galaxy. You can kind of see them over there. They look beautiful at night. Just to note, so this queue is not air conditioned. Neither is the spinning coaster, the werewolf coaster. That's not air conditioned. But they do have free lockers. Just like you're used to at the other Universal parks, they do have free lockers because this is another one of those attractions that, look at that, they come in such close proximity. And that's why this is another one of those coasters and attractions that you do have to go through a metal detector. You do have to put every single piece of your belongings into a locker. The lockers are free and they're face recognition activated. So it takes a little picture of you and then it pops open a locker. You put all your stuff in there and then you go through a metal detector. That's for everyone's safety. So nothing's flying off of you as you're on this intense coaster. A lot of people were saying that this coaster, the Stardust Racers, is more intense than Velocicoaster. I will say it's on par. I will say they're about on par to each other. After riding it, my heart rate was like through the roof. I was like out of breath. And they have a winner. They 100% have a winner. And that's one of the only few attractions in Celestial Park. This is the absolute best theming we have ever seen. This is the Isle of Burke. We, my friends, have dragons. There's not a lot in this park for little ones under 5, but I will say that this area is made for everyone. It's beautiful. The theming is some of the best that I've seen in any theme park in the world. So if you're a fan of How to Train Your Dragon, which we are, we've been watching the movies ridiculous lately. We just watched the 3rd movie yesterday. You will be enthralled with this land. There is so much here to see and do. The forced perspective and the detail. One thing we noticed right away is benches. Disney doesn't have a lot of benches, and they definitely don't have a lot of what looks like hand-carved wood benches. These dragon benches are all over, and they're like real wood, guys. They're beautiful. We were just taken back by that. This land features a multitude of different attractions and things to do. It also includes little surprises around every corner. Like these guys. little dragon friends. Okay, that's not a for Adam ride. That Dragon Flyer's over there. We'll get over there and see that. That's not a for me ride. The ones that spin like that upside down, not for me. But this is actually where we ate lunch today. We ate in the Mead restaurant, which was a quick service restaurant, but you did sit down and it was mobile order, which was a little tough for us. We had to come outside. So they want you to mobile order at the table and then put the table number in your app. Problem is we had no service inside, no cell service, no Wi-Fi. So we had to come back outside to finish our order. Waiting for him to snort smoke. He's gonna do it, I swear. As soon as I walk away. Like I said, little surprises around every corner. Nothing dangerous. Oh my gosh. So during the day, they did have a dragon meet and greet right here. Guys, the dragons were walking around, little baby dragons on their own. Now, if you are familiar with, I don't want to give any spoilers, but if you're familiar with the Boston Dynamic dogs, that's all I'm gonna say. And they were astonishing. The most astonishing meet and greet dragons that I have ever seen in my life. Universal, holy cow, nailed it just out of the park. But look at this. Let's see if I can zoom in here. I'm not sure if I can do the zoom. It's Hiccup and Toothless. So that's Hiccup and Toothless. They've been here all day, guys, all day. We have not walked by any part of the day where Hiccup and Toothless are not out here meeting and greeting. And look at the movement. Look at, oh my gosh, look at them, like, unbelievable, guys. The animatronics that they've done here are astounding. And our characters are still out. This is the brother and sister character. I can't remember, but they've been out from the movies. They've been out almost all day.
This woman has cut the line. Shame for her. Shame. Excellent. You have all done the work of Loki.
Another amazing gift shop. Some of the stuff that they have in there is excellent. We picked up a little baby egg for Harper. inside here after the stage show. Let me see if I can find them really quick. Because she's into dinos and dragons, and so we picked her up one of these dragon eggs, and they actually do a little show over here when you buy they do like a birthing show, like when you buy your little dragon in its egg. So we did get one of those for Harper. Hey, Toothless. Hey. And of course, the Light Fury. Right next door here, it's closed right now because it's had its last showing of the night, but is the untrainable dragon. This stage show, if you do one thing while you're in the park, see this stage show. Show times today were at 1:30, 2:30, 3:30, 5:30, 6:30, and 7:30. The best stage show I have ever seen at a theme park. They have dragons that fly in there, guys. Dragons that fly. So over here they have a different attraction. It's called the Fire Drill. And you may be able to see a little bit of it. It was running for a little bit of the day. It's called Fire Drill. Can you see these boats? So these boats are filled with water cannons, and they move through what is essentially like an interactive splash pad. And actually the boats are moving over here. So it is actually still going. You get absolutely soaked. So it's called a splash battle, which means you're actually battling with different interactive elements with water and water cannons, and they are shooting back at you. And there's opportunities for you to shoot water at some of the other ride vehicles as well. We didn't go on this one today just because we weren't prepared for a water ride, and we didn't want to get drenched. But of course they have their universal style air dryers over here because yes, if you go on the Fire Drill, you will get soaked. And it's Fire, F-Y-R-E, I think. More of these amazing benches. So up ahead is where we ate lunch. They had more characters out here from the movie, roaming the entire area. I really hope they keep that going. That is so special and so unique. Coming up around the corner, I'm going to show you one of the viral treats that they're selling here that we tried to get, but the line was maybe 45 to 50 minutes long for some viral mac and cheese in a pizza cone. Yeah, and this guy looks like it might be closed. This is where we had a really delicious lunch here at the Mead Hall. And it's everything you would imagine for a Viking meal. We got the big sampler that was like roasted carrots, a big lollipop of chicken. Was it chicken? I think it was chicken. And salmon and other vegetables. And it was, I think it was like $50, but it was a big sampler for the entire family to share. So this is Hiccup's Flyers, and this coaster, this Hiccup's Flyer coaster that kind of runs throughout the land, was closed all day today. So we didn't really get to see it in action, as it was, I don't believe it was operating at all today. I don't know what this is, but I don't know if it's doing anything. I don't know what he's doing, but it's supposedly you spin him and he does stuff. Yeah, so Hiccup's Dragon Flyers, that was down all day. But look at this guy. This is Dragon Racers Rally. It's 15 minutes right now. I believe you can control yourself so that you're not upside down the entire time. But this is one that Adam will never ride. Not in a million trillion years. Oh, look at these guys. They're sleeping. Sleeping dragons. I heard it's best to let sleeping dragons lie. So what I will say, what I like about the park is that they do have seats outside of almost every attraction that you might want to test out. They've got the seats so you can sit down in them. You can see if you fit in them. They all have the little green light, so you know if you get the green light and you fit and you're comfortable. I did really, really like that feature. So I was talking about some viral snacks, your Instagram snacks, right here. And actually the line is much shorter now, but you can see if we can see somebody eating it. It's mac and cheese in a cone. And it's like some kind of like a breaded pizza cone. As you can see, they have been busy all day. You might be able to see the cones back in there. It's kind of far, but yeah, still people were lined up here, like all the way down to the portal to get these mac and cheese cones. And I know that's something Harper will probably want, so we're gonna end up having to wait for that, most definitely. So I said this area is probably the most unique one for kids, the Isle of Burke. They do have an interactive play area for the little ones. It looks like it's closed right now. It might not be closed. But this is where the little ones are gonna have fun. We didn't come in here a whole lot, but it's got slides. It's got places to run and jump. It's got levers to pull, things to move around that the little ones are really gonna enjoy. And climbing and jumping and getting all that energy out in the Viking ship over there. So I can see my future. I'm gonna be spending a lot of time in here for sure. They've got a little wooden toothless you can ride over there as well.
So they keep it drag racing, but it is.
That is your whirlwind tour of the Isle of Burke. The area music, all spectacular. Now, I've heard that Danny Elfman did most of the area music. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I heard, is that Danny Elfman, that famous producer, you know, that did, I don't know, like Edward Scissorhands, Batman, all those really amazing movie themes, that he composed the theme music for a lot of Epic Universe. All right, we're saying goodbye to the Isle of Burke, but not forever, just for now. We'll head backwards through the portal into Celestial Park. And then in just about, well, are we over an hour? Yes, in just over an hour, we have brought you through the 4 portal lands here at Epic Universe at night, under the lights, as I like to say. We didn't get to do the carousel. Really would like to enjoy that and try that. We didn't get to try enough of the food, so we'll be back to do that. We'll definitely be back to do live streams. I hate to say it, but live stream right now would just probably not be very practical just because of the problems with cellular here. I'm really hoping that they improve cellular and Wi-Fi. I'm sure that they will. I know that they will. Because that's something that people have really, really, really come to rely on during a theme park experience. Is you have to have that connectivity to truly be able to take advantage of virtual queues, virtual ordering for restaurants. All right, everybody, we've come full circle. We have walked the entire park. and very, very quickly shown you just about everything. There's not much we missed. I wish we saw a little bit more of the burning tavern. Some more beautiful water features. What I can say is that Epic Universe truly is epic, everybody. Thank you for going on this whirlwind tour with me today. My legs are definitely a little tired. We have been walking throughout the park here since noon. I don't think we sat down once. We've just been crazy walking throughout the park. If you're new to the channel, welcome everybody. We're gonna be doing a lot more live streams and coverage here of Epic Universe. Subscribe to the channel and check out our shorts. Kristen's gonna be doing a lot of kind of short videos about what we experienced here today. And if you are excited to experience Epic Universe for yourself, follow along with us. We'll be here opening day. We'll be here for the opening fireworks. We'll be here for the opening ceremonies. We'll try to be at least as much as we can. And we're gonna be doing a bunch of other live streams also, like for Helios Grand, that amazing hotel, when that opens up as well. Thank you so much for staying with me today, for experiencing Epic Universe in all its glory at night. And it truly is a beautiful park. It truly is an epic universe. So I can't wait for all of you to all see it in person. Until then, have an epic night, everyone. We'll see you real soon.